You're here because you need a free contractor quote template that also has a built-in client proposal. I've built that for you and I'm going to show you how to use it right now. So who am I? I'm Ronald Osborne, an award-winning international business coach. I've helped hundreds of small businesses improve their organizations with even templates as simple as this. So by the end of this video, you're going to be able to be one of these legends that I've helped out, so you can walk away saying that I've helped you with this awesome and free contractor quote template. Now, to get this template, all you need to do is there'll be a link down the bottom on my free spreadsheets here. So all of these spreadsheets are free. You can see there's a small business cash flow, a review request template, a marketing ROI template, but here's your one, the free contractor quote template. So if you go across to this link that's down below, this is going to have it. All you need to do is click on this and it'll open up this Google Sheet. So that's how you get access to this. And with this, you are going to be able to input things manually and then have things built automatically. So it's going to save you a bucket load of time and you're going to look extremely professional. So how do you use this free contractor template? Let me show you right now. I'm going to walk you through the sheet first and then we'll jump into it. So you can see down here on the bottom, there's all of these tabs. You've got README, settings, material, labor, quote builder, jobs log, actuals, job profitability, client proposal, and dashboard. Don't get overwhelmed. You only need a few of these tabs, but I assure you this is just going to be the only thing you're ever going to need in your business to build out a quote, okay? So we normally start with the settings page. The reason we start here is you input your details. And the way I've built this sheet is you're able to put details in here once and it's spread throughout the sheet. As an example, sales tax. It's in the whole thing. You put it in here, it's spread across everywhere. If you want to set up an amount for a deposit, so again, this is built for contractors. If you want to get a bit of a remittance payment beforehand, before you start work, this is the perfect thing for you. You can set all of this up in here, but I'm not going to waste time. Straightforward. You can see what's going on here. I know you guys are legends. You're smart because you're watching this channel, so you'll figure it out. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to input data into the materials quote sheet down here. Okay, now the way I have built this, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more on this so you guys can see it, is we've got item code, item description, unit cost, and then markup. Okay, so first thing is we build things with item codes. The reason we do this, it makes the spreadsheet easier for you in the future. So as you can see here, we've just put on a few basic things, and I'm just going to show you an example of how you would fill this out. Now, if you can use any item code you want, but try to keep it consistent. I'm just using materials dash and then 0005 as an example. Now I can create any item. I'm just going to put, let's just put nails for argument's sake. What's the description of the nails? You could put 3-inch nails, 1.5-inch nails, whatever it may be. You can put just 3-inch nails, gal nails, whatever it may be. Unit, you could put a box, so 1 box. Then what's the cost of that? So let's just say $75. Now, this markup section here for you, this is something that you want to consider and you want to keep in mind that the markup price will be shown on the client proposal. They will not see the markup that you put on this, okay? As long as you put it in here and you don't put it on later on, you're laughing. So as an example, I'm just going to put on an extra 20% for that, okay? Now what this is doing is the quote builder will know, okay, so the unit cost is 75. We need to put on an extra 20% because we're going to the shop, getting organizing, yada, yada, yada. Now, if you don't want to put anything, you can just leave it blank. If you want to put 15%, just do 0.15. If you want to do 25%, 0.25. Very, very simple. But you can see here, we've got Matt 005 now. Okay, so that's how we fill out the materials. Again, you can come in here and delete all of this. Very, very easy. Just highlight it, press delete, and then build out your own. Just make sure that you keep something consistent and unique like this. Now, the next thing we need to do is input data into the labor template. So we just come across to the, again, the bottom thing here. You can see owner of the business, rate per hour, and markup. Now, I put 0 as the markup for everything. But again, let's just say you want to put John, and you can put Johnny, and then Johnny's at the rate of, let's say, $35 an hour because he's a good bloke, and we have a 0% markup on there. That's how you add labor, and it's very, very simple. Now this is the free quotation builder inside the template. So once you've completed the materials and the labor, it's very, very easy to do this. Okay, so this sheet is awesome. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit just so you can see it, so my video is not cutting it all off. So I'll walk you through the main stuff. We've got the quote one here, we've got the quote number here. This is where you'd input this because it'll come up on the client proposal as well. Date, valid until, client name, you can put all of this in here as you want. Again, here's the checking of the numbers with sales tax deposit. Now, you're going to notice a bit of a list up here too that appears. This is just to help prompt your memory. So as an example, you might sit there and go, oh, what was that material, 06 or 07? Just prompts your memory. And then again, here's a list of your laborers as well. Now, if you don't want this here, you remember it all, delete it. But here's the summary page as well. Okay, so here's a bit of a summary of what's going on. So I'll just make that a little bit bigger. So I'll reduce down this one and I'll reduce down the markup just so we can see what's going on. So you can see the line total over here right next to me. All right, so let's walk through the sheet. Very simple. As you can see, look at this information that's already pulled in here. I'm going to add an item just so you can see it. So just like that example, Matt 05, we're going to put in Matt 05. So I'm going to make sure we scroll down Matt dash 005. Now watch what happens. Look at all that. Everything was input automatically. The item name, nails, 3-inch nails, 1 box. The quantity is where you need to put in. We're doing a re-roof. Let's say we're going to need 50. Just saying 50. Okay, we've got the markup rate on here already at 20% because what's our markup rate? Maybe we wanted it at 20%. So as you can see, we put 15% for the felt paper. If we go back to materials, it was only 15% for the felt paper. So automatically everything's been built in. This is why this is a ripper of a sheet. Like, this is fantastic. And if you need help with your quoting, reach out to me. This is what I do for a living. So in here, you've also got taxable. Now, if you've got, depending upon whether you're, let's say if you're an Aussie right now, putting on sales tax onto this, you just do it at the end, flat rate. But if you're a Yank, you're an American, you're out of Fort Lauderdale as an example, you're looking at the 7%, you're looking at the putting it on for items like nails, things like this, you simply just tick this yes. Okay, and then what this will do is incorporate the tax price for you as well. Not only that, it's also shown, the tax is then shown in your summary table here, just so you can have a quick little look at it. You can see what's going on pre-tax, after tax, and also on the client builder, on the client proposal form. So you're seeing it all. It's very, very handy. So, and then if we look across, we can see the price pre-tax, price, the cost, tax, and then line item total. Okay, so there it all is. So this is what it costs us. This is where with the markup. This is what it is with the tax, and this is what it is with the line title. Fantastic, basic, nice, simple, and easy. Now, if we scroll down, this is where we input the labor details. So again, so remember what I was saying before. We've got John here. We'll just put in John here, and it'll pull in Johnny's details right here. Now, Johnny might need to be on site for 15 hours as well. Same thing, pulls it in. Now, I didn't put a markup on that, so it's 0. And then here's the line total. And again, all of this information is pulled in up here. So we can actually see what the material subtotal is and the labor subtotal is as well. So you can look at all that information just on your summary table, so to make sure it appears all right to you. And it's that simple. And again, delete what you don't want, delete, add. There's tons of lines in here. You should not run out of space. I don't know anyone that's run out of space. If you've got this many workers, you need this many items for different workers, like, you've got to talk to me, because we need to build you your own software and not have you working on Google Sheets. Another great thing about the client proposal is it actually hides what your markups are and everything else. You don't want people to see what your markups are. It's not very good, because if they see straight away, it's actually $90, or let's just say it's $100, but you're charging me $120, there's a 20% markup there. What's going on, Ronnie? Some people will question that, but if you just say $120, unless they're in the industry, and even if there is a little bit of a markup, they know this sounds kind of accurate. It's just better for you, and you're more likely going to win more work. So that's why I've left it out of there. We've just got the unit price, we've got the quantity, and we've got the line total here. Now, a very important thing in this free quote builder is the actuals. All right, so there's an awesome little tab that I've also included, which is the job profitability and the actuals tab. Now, the main one that you're going to need to focus on is the job profitability. You want to come across here, and it's going to pull in all of the data automatically from your quote builder. So it have all of this summarized for you. Now, as you know from my spreadsheets, I normally put the things that you can edit manually that have a huge impact. This yellow color, you'll see it on my other spreadsheets that you download. Now, as you can see, I've got an actual cost here. Why is this important for you? Now, if you're a roofer doing a re-roof, whatever it may be, you know, let's say we've quoted a small shingle job here. It's 13 grand. We want to actually know, once we look at sales, once we look at all of this, some people get confused and go, well, the final number is 13,612. So Ronnie, if I have all of my cash outflow at 11,000 bucks, man, I've made money. I've made 2 grand. No, you haven't. And this is why I've built this. Okay. So you can simply come across here and go, okay, no worries. I've input all of the data. Let's say that your expenditure was 8,500. Have you made money or not? Okay. Now you're going to sit here and go, that's a negative. I've lost money. No. That's why I've put this comment here. Positive means you've spent more than you quoted. Negative means you've spent less. So that actually means that you've basically made 1,500 bucks extra. You've tucked that away. Now, this is what you actually want to be looking at. You can see your actual gross profit here, and then you can see the variance in the quote, in what you quoted. Now, the reason you want to be looking at this as a contractor is because you want to fine tune your quote. So I know it's very, very hard. I was in the telecommunications infrastructure business. I had that for 7.5 years. I know that no 2 jobs were the same. I was also a carpenter. We had electrical going on with it. We had a lot going on. So all of this can be very, very difficult to give accurate quotes, but I guarantee you, if you consistently do this, you're going to start to identify where you always fall short as a business owner. You're going to understand that a lot more. So that's why you want to be using this. Now, I've also got a dashboard. As you can see here, it's quite simplistic. There's not a lot of information. Realistically, you need to put this in manually if you want to put in January, February, March, but it is just something nice to look at, but it's not something that's really important, but it's just a dashboard tab for you there. Now, there are pros and cons to this free contractor quote template. And the biggest con is that it doesn't just annualize your data for you. I love being able to look at trends, which is why I've added a series trend line here, which comes from all this data here. But you can easily link this to other sheets. If that's something you want to learn how to do as a small business owner, interlink Google Sheets, I'll make a video on that as well because it's super beneficial. But that's something of a bit of a con that you can't do. However, with the quote builder, you can build this as big as you need to be. As you can see, it's a lot here. There's a lot of line items. And if you want more, just go copy a row and insert. You'll be fine. Now, labor and materials. Again, you can go down until thousands. I think Google Sheets has 11,000. But if you're going to do that, contact me directly. We'll build you a custom software. You don't want to be doing that on Google Sheets. It's ridiculous. But essentially now you've got a completely free contractor quote template. This is 100% free. If you're a contractor and you want to do more with your business, reach out to me, Ronald Osborne. You can contact me at ronaldosborne.org, book an appointment. I've got tons of testimonials out there. I will help you do better with your business. Book a free discovery call. I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave a like and comment, guys. Cheers.